In the midst of a tense hostage situation, a 72-year-old black man named Elijah Brooks stood silently outside a barricaded apartment building in downtown Chicago. Snow flurries blew in chaotic spirals around him as a heavily armed SWAT team scrambled, preparing to storm a unit on the second floor where a man was reportedly holding 3 civilians at gunpoint. "Hey, Grandpa, wrong place," one officer joked, chuckling. "The retirement home is down the street." The laughter was harsh, dismissive. Elijah didn't flinch. A younger officer approached, exasperated. "Sir, you need to step back. This is a restricted area." Elijah's eyes never left the building. "I live there," he said calmly, nodding toward a window on the second floor. The officer snorted. "Sure you do. And I'm Spider-Man. Now move along before we have to escort you out." Elijah adjusted the brim of his old, faded cap and quietly stepped back. The officer had no idea the kind of man he was brushing off. Across the street, the commanding officer, Captain Daniel Reese, was hunched over blueprints spread across the hood of a patrol SUV. Last contact with the suspect was over 20 minutes ago. His radio crackled. No response. Situation deteriorating. Elijah watched intently. He saw flaws in their formation angles with no cover, a lack of awareness of certain architectural quirks. Things only someone intimately familiar with the building would notice. He mumbled, "This is going to go wrong." A month ago, Elijah had reported seeing a strange man entering the building at odd hours. 2 weeks ago, a sharp chemical odor seeped from apartment 207. He alerted building security. They shrugged it off. Now, seconds from a potential disaster, Elijah made his choice. He stepped forward again, ducking under the caution tape. "Sir." "Stop," shouted a voice. 2 officers seized him. "What the hell are you doing?" Captain Reese, noticing the disruption, stormed over. "Get him out of here." "You'll all die if you go in like this," Elijah said calmly. Reese glared. "Excuse me? There's a hidden passage between apartments 207 and 209. It's not on your blueprints. I built this building. He's got a trap set. And why the hell should I believe you?" Reese scoffed. Elijah lifted his chin. "Commander, Delta Force. Operation Glacier." The world stopped. Reese blinked, recognition dawning. "You're bluffing." Elijah gave a quiet code. "Sector 3. Clearance 8 Alpha Foxtrot. Verify it." Reese turned to his radio. Moments later, his expression changed entirely. "Mr. Brooks?" "Sir. I apologize." The younger officers looked around, confused. Elijah remained composed. "You have less than 20 minutes before he detonates. He's using a chemical rig. And no, those aren't just ordinary supplies. He's got trigger sensors in place. I've seen the components delivered." Reese cleared an area. "Let him speak." A young officer named Lieutenant Naomi Price stepped forward. "Sir, I'm the negotiator. If you know the layout, we need you. Bathroom vent in 209 leads into a gap between walls. It was a construction oversight. He's using that space." "And you are?" scoffed LT. "Avery Hunt, the skeptical officer from earlier." "He's a war hero," Reese said quietly. "Decorated beyond what we can disclose." Hunt gritted his teeth. "So we're taking orders from someone whose prime was before cell phones existed?" Elijah ignored him and zoomed in on a surveillance feed. "There, on the sill. That's a motion sensor rigged to detonate." LT. Price confirmed the image. "He's right. How did we miss that?" Elijah sat down, wincing as pain shot through his knee. "Why didn't you ever tell anyone who you were?" Price asked. "Would they have believed me?" An old black man saying he led Black Ops teams overseas. Suddenly, the radio crackled. "Suspect is requesting Elijah Brooks by name. Says he won't talk to anyone else." "You know him?" Reese asked. "Name's Travis Grayson. We served together." Price stared. "You knew he'd ask for you." "I saw the signs. Same patterns." "He's unraveling. He needs to hear my voice." Elijah stood up. Reese protested. "You can't just walk in. It's protocol." "Protocols don't work with Travis. I trained him." The team fell silent. "You were his instructor?" "Operation Iron Veil, 1985. He was my best recruit until Morocco." "There are no records of Iron Veil," Price said. "Exactly," Elijah said. We can't verify any of this. Hunt yelled. Reese countered, we already did. Elijah strapped on a custom Kevlar vest. 15 minutes. If I'm not back, do what you must. He walked through the front entrance like it was nothing. He's going to get himself killed, Hunt muttered. No, Price whispered. He's speaking the only language the suspect understands. Elijah ascended to the second floor. Travis. It's me. Commander. Eagle 3 Foxtrot Lima. A click. Then another. The door opened. A gaunt man stood behind it, eyes wild. They said you were dead. Almost. Let me in. The hostages were bound but alive. Elijah did a quick scan. Why Travis? They erased us. After Morocco, no therapy, no help. Just ghosts in my head. Elijah nodded. I know. I tried to warn them. They wouldn't listen. Outside, SWAT units moved. He's not coming back, Hunt said. He still has time, Price countered. Inside, Travis showed Elijah the detonator. One move and we all go. Elijah studied him. You forgot what I taught you. What? Check your blind spots. Before Travis could react, Elijah moved with lightning precision. In seconds, the detonator was secured. SWAT breached. Abort. Abort. Price screamed over the radio. Keep going, Hunt ordered. But a voice came over the line. Elijah's voice? Calm. Controlled. Black frost. Abort immediately. SWAT froze. Hunt barked, what are you doing? That's Delta Protocol. Chemical threat level. We don't move. A moment later, Elijah walked out with the hostages. Behind him, Travis, cuffed and broken. The crowd stood still. Every officer turned to face Elijah. Not as a suspect. Not as a bystander. As commander. 3 weeks later, national papers praised the forgotten hero. Videos of the dismissive "Hey Grandpa" moment went viral, sparking outrage. LT. Hunt was removed from his post and placed under investigation. Elijah? He received a call from the Director of Homeland Security. Mr. Brooks, we need to speak. About your record. And about Grayson. In a secure meeting, Elijah was shown files. Grayson wasn't alone. Dozens of Black Ops vets had been erased from existence. We need your help. One condition. Full support and reintegration. Medical. Recognition. Months later, the Sentinel program was born. Elijah Brooks, director. Grayson became its first patient. Hunt, now demoted and relocated, showed up one day at a Sentinel training seminar. Elijah noticed him. Why are you here? I want to learn what I never saw. Elijah nodded. Then let go of what you think you know. Welcome. That night, Elijah walked home past the building that almost became a tomb. In his modest apartment, beneath photos of missions that never officially happened, hung a new image, Elijah receiving the Medal of Civilian Valor beside the 3 people he had saved. In small letters etched onto the frame were 5 words that had frozen time. Delta Force Commander. Operation Glacier. And beneath them, a new motto. Respect is not a rank.